It's Dan here from Thomas Schroeder Support. I'm just going to go through each of the elements pages in Partner for WordPress. In this video we're going to just have a quick look through each of the example pages here, just going through what Visual Composer element is used, just so you've got an idea of how things are put together. So let's take a look at the accordion page. As you can see here, we've just got some basic toggleable areas, and if we edit the page, we can see here we've just got a couple of accordion blocks, and look at the settings which are showing on the page. We've got one set to multiple open and one which opens one at a time. So if we take another look, so this one opens individual areas and this one only allows one open per time. Next up, if we go to the sliders, we can see we've got a few different examples of the sliders available in the theme. If we look at the back end of the page, you can see the various slider blocks we've got here in place, and very simply we can drop in a new slider in seconds and just start adding slides as we wish. The sliders themselves are very simple to control. You can simply add a background image and text to each slide as you want. Very straightforward. Next up, the call to action. As you can see here, we've got some neat areas to really get the attention of your viewers. And if we look at the back end, how they're put together, you can see we're simply using a combination of the text blocks and video embed for the most part, whereas on the example towards the bottom of the page we are using the specific call to action area, call to action block, which you can see here. But for the rest of them, it's just very simple text. The stat counters coming up next. And a very neat little way of showing off a bit of information. And in the back, we've got our stats grid here. And the way that works is for each of the 4 areas, you simply fill in the boxes as you need. So you choose an icon, the title, the content for each as you wish. And of course you can set the simple stats here, which are a much more flexible option. So if you want more than 4, for instance, or if you want a bit more control, then you can use the simple stats option here. And at the bottom we've got the stats image, which if we look at the page is just the same kind of thing, but with a really nice neat background image and layout as well. And the forms, if we look back here, you can see we're simply making use of the Visual Composer options for columns, as well as Contact Form 7 for handling the forms. And modals, as you can see we've got a nice pop-up one as well as a manual trigger one here. So let's edit the page and take a quick look. And you can see here we've got the modal block dropped in here with its settings there, so you can choose how much delay etc you want, as well as the layout for the modal. In the example forms, pretty much like the subscribe form, it's all handled with Contact Form 7. In the notifications area, you can see we've got a different style of pop-up rather than the modal. You can have a neat little corner navigation, corner notification that pops up. Looking at the back end, how they're set up, it's very much like the modals. You can drop in one of the notification blocks and choose the layout, etc. as you wish. Very, very, very simple. And the tabbed content, you can see we've got a few areas here with icons to select what you want to read, as well as just plain text. And these work in a very similar way to the sliders. So when you're adding one to a page, you simply add the tabbed block into the page and add your tabs within that. So if we just pop one in, and as we want to add tabbed content, we can simply pop in the text, etc. we want, and just keep adding them one after the other, as many as we want. Okay, next up we've got the icon feature, which are perfect if you want to make your own sort of service icons, or well, pretty much anything really. As you can see, we've got a few different styles to choose from. Looking at the back end, they're very, very simple to set up. You can simply drop in the icon box into your page and just pop in the icon, title, and content as you wish. In the team area, we've just shown off a few different feeds. We do cover this a bit more specifically in another video, but yeah, it's all very, very straightforward. Just simply dropped in with Visual Composer. The image titles and text here that you can see, they look fantastic and are very, very, very simple to use. If we go to the back end, you can see here we've got the image title block, which is very, very straightforward. You simply apply your own background image and content, and then just choose if you wish to have the hover state active or not. Basically what that means is, you can see here where we've got this set to true, the image shows all the time rather than just on hover, like in this example. Testimonials, again, we've covered this in one of the other videos. You can see one of my examples here. Works very, very similarly to the image titles and everything like that. You can just drop in the testimonial feed block into the page with Visual Composer and just be away in seconds. The pricing options, you can see we've got a few different options here, from the traditional kind of 3-column grid to something a bit more bespoke. If we look at the back end here again, we're simply using our very own custom pricing table block. We can drop in as many as we want. Very, very, very straightforward. Just simply fill in the areas as you need them, pop in your list of features, and away you go. And finally, we can just see a nice example of how beautiful the typography is and comments, etc. are in the theme. Okay, well, that's been an overview of the Elements area in Partner. I hope this has been useful. Any further questions on the theme, do come and see us over at support. Thanks for watching.